What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, we have another TISAS for review on the channel. You know what you're saying? Man, this guy loves TISAS. I do. I think they offer amazing value for money. However, this is not a 1911. This is their striker fired offering from TISAS. This is the PX-9 Duty in flat dark earth. So let's take a look at what you get in the box right quick. So you get the pistol, you get a holster, that's cool. You get your chamber flag, a lock, you get your back straps right here, a small, medium, large. You get side panels. So yes, you can change out the side panels a la HKVP9 and P30L. You get 117. Take that out and take a look. 18 round mag, and I think this is a 21 round mag. 18 plus whatever. I think this is a 21 round mag. You get a mag loader, super cool. All kinds of cool stuff. Up here, I can't get the box and the thing. You pretty much get your standard brushes and all that other stuff. However, you do get a optics plate because this is optics ready. You do get some screws for it and some replacement fiber optic, because as you're going to see, the front side on this is fiber optic, and you get a little mag well. So let's get the pistol out, take this holster off. Now this holster is really tight on here, so we're going to have to pull it off. Yeah. Now you can adjust it with the screws over here, I think, for tension, but it's ridiculous. So we'll put that in there. Let's get all this stuff out of the way really quick before I put this stuff away, though. Let me take this off so you can slide. If you want a mag weld on there, or take it off, put your little screw in there to hold it in. So let's get all this stuff off of here, because I know what you're here for. You're here for the pistol, and rightfully so. But it is kind of cool, some of the stuff they come with. So here it is, guys. As you can see, this example is in flat dark earth. So, as stated before, here's the back strap. You can replace side panels on either side. As you can see, this has no thumb safety. I'm not even sure if they offer a model with a thumb safety. Not too sure about that. But mag release, I'm pretty sure it's ambidextrous. You can flip it around, but it's not a ambi mag release, as far as you have to take it apart and flip it around. It's not just there. Takedown lever, of course. You got a little bit of stippling right here on the front for your thumb, which is cool. Your non-firing thumb. Guys, this is, not only is this a good looking pistol, I think this is a really good looking pistol. This is a very accurate, very reliable, and I'm putting it out here right now, this has the best trigger of any striker fired handgun, better than my Walther PPQ. Now, in my experience and my collection, and in shooting hundreds of striker fired pistols from the factory. Now, I'm not talking like drop-in kits and send it to a gunsmith and all that other kind of stuff. From the factory, I believe this has the best striker fired trigger, the best trigger, the lightest, the smoothest. If you don't know, seriously, you better ask somebody. You better get your hands on one of these and shoot it. You will be shocked. Even if you dry fire, you'll be like, what in the heck? It's got all metal sights. As you can see, front is fiber optic. It is serrated in the front. And you saw in the box, it has the option for green or red. You get your little shelf back here so you can rack it off your belt. It does not have, there's a sight picture for you. It does not have any dots or anything. It's a blacked out rear sight. One thing I do want to point out also is, here's your plate to take off if you want to put an optic on here, right? It's metal. Some companies, especially Smith & Wesson is the first one I can think of, uses plastic ones. Now, how long will those hold up over time? I don't know. I'd much rather have a machine piece of metal up here, just because it feels more quality, man. As you can see, it says Duty PX-9 Gen 3. You have front and rear cocking serrations. You also have some stippling up here for your trigger finger, so you get kind of index on that. You know if you're feeling the stippling, you're there. Accessory rail. Here's the takedown lever. Let's just, it's got a dual captured recoil spring. This is, I'm telling you, it's got a cocked striker indicator. So this isn't a loaded chamber indicator. This just means the striker is cocked and ready to rock. If it's red, it's dead. So, you know what? And one thing I want to talk about, I just thought about this because I noticed I was watching a video. I forget who it was. I was watching a video, and they did the sight picture on one of these pistols, and I don't know if we could pull it up here, but yeah, we can. Okay, so do you see the gap of space between the rear sight? Let me zoom in on this, see if it does it a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Do you see, now it's going to focus on the rear sight, but do you see the amount of space on either side of that front sight? These are what's commonly called combat sights, because you just roughly put the fiber optics somewhere in there and pull the trigger, and you will hit your target if you are shooting at an aggressor. So it's very difficult to shoot these pistols accurately. It can be done, but it's a lot more difficult than target sights. A target front sight will fill up the entire rear, and once you know it's filled up and the top's lined up, you pull the trigger, you break your shot. But with this, there's so much space in there. You see the play back and forth, and that's done by design. It's for quick shooting. If your target is the size of a human being, a human torso, then you want to get on, and that's a serious threat, an aggressor, and maybe they're armed and you're in, you're on the two-way range. You want to get that pistol up and on target. You just want to get a gross sight picture. You're not looking for a fine target, shot. So that's one of the things about, just a little side note on target sights. The stop slide release is very, I can reach it without having to shift my grip. And that's the one thing about this gun also is I can reach the mag release or, the slide release without having to move my grip at all. I dig the look of this pistol. I dig the milling, the cuts, everything. This thing is, this is a great pistol. And what makes it even greater is I picked this sucker up for $289. Yes. I had to pause there for a second because even I was shocked. $289 for a striker fired. Now this is about the size, I think it's a little bit longer in the grip, but it's about the size of like a Glock 19. Feels a lot better because this grip is fantastic. The stippling is pretty good. It is awesome. $289, and you get the 18 round magazine, the 21 or 22, I think it's 21 round magazine, the mag loader, all the accessories to change it up, the mag well. You saw all the stuff. You get all that for $289, and it's just as reliable and just as accurate as any of the striker fire pistols out here so far in my experience. And on top of that, it has a better trigger. So let's check that out. Let's check the trigger out right quick. So it's actually kind of like a hybrid trigger. So it's, as far as the materials that it's made with. So the trigger itself is metal, but the little red dingus is plastic. And one other thing I dig about that, is look how wide the pad is. It goes almost the entire width of the trigger. Smith & Wesson started doing that now. Glock still has their little tiny piece that runs down the middle, which can be irritating to some shooters if they shoot a lot. This is much better. And as you can see, it's kind of like a flat trigger. It's not curved. Look at that. Once the dingus is in, I mean, it's very comfortable. So dingus goes in. Let's check it out. Let me zoom in, see if I can get it. Dingus goes in, right? There's your take up. And it is just, here's your reset. Right there. I mean, this is a fantastic trigger. It really is. I was totally shocked when I took this out the box and dry fired this sucker. I was like, what? It's crazy good. And you know what? I guarantee you it's only going to get better the more you shoot it. So takedown is real easy. This one is not one of the ones you have to fight with, kind of like, you know, like a 1911 and some of the other ones. You just lock the slide back, flip this lever, and then you will have to pull the trigger. Comes right off. Okay, just like Springfield Armories, Glocks, yada yada yada, Smith & Wessons, a lot of them. But the real kicker on this one is that trigger. Man, is it good. It is insanely good. And for $289, this pistol should not be this good. And not only is it good, it's better than a lot of big named manufacturers' pistols. So let's get a weight and then a trigger pull, and then we'll take it out to the range and see how it shoots. So how much does it weigh empty? 24.81 ounces. And with the factory supplied 18 round magazine, 27.84 ounces. So that's pretty good weight on that sucker. And let's see if we can get a trigger pull. Let me rack it here and see what it comes out as. 4.26. 3.62 and 3.0. You know what? I'm going to do another one because that 4.26, I might have gotten high up on that one. Yeah, 2.98. I'm telling you, I'm calling it at like 3 pounds for this sucker because it's just boom wall. I mean, it is sick. How smooth and how light and good this trigger is on this pistol. It's ridiculous, man. So you know what? Let's take this bad boy out to the range and see how it shoots. All right, folks, range portion of this review. We have our TISAS Duty PX-9 Gen 3. We have, I don't know, I just loaded the mag, 12, 13, 14 maybe. I'm just going to shoot a couple rounds of 9mm reloads. These are 124 grain berries. And we have our steel. So let's just gas this puppy up and see how she shoots. All right, guys, accuracy portion. We got our 2-inch shooting C's. We got our 9mm ammo. We got our TISAS PX-9 Gen 3. We're gonna go back 7 yards and we're gonna see how she shoots. Okay, I'll take that. That's acceptable, definitely, for a gun that's 289 bucks and has possibly the best striker fired trigger out there. So let's go back and get the final thoughts. All right, folks, final thoughts on the PX-9 Duty Gen 3 from TISAS. Guys, okay, look, I'm gonna level with you. If you guys are sleeping on TISAS, you are missing out, because this is as of 2024, they are the Canic, the new type of Canic. Remember when Canic came out all those years ago? Okay, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I forget what it was, they started importing them. People were skeptical, and I get it, because imported firearms from Turkey, their shotguns don't have the best reputation, although they're bringing that up to par too. I'm telling you, do not sleep on Turkey when it comes to small arms. And I know whatever your political issue is and all this other kind of stuff, I don't buy stuff from Turkey. Well, go waste your money then. And let me ask you a question for you. I don't buy that stuff from Turkey. Do you watch my videos on your Chinese-made smartphone made with slave labor? Do you not buy German guns with the history of what their country did, or for American guns with the history of what we did? So spare me that I'm above all that. So spare me your virtue signaling when it comes to these guns, because every country that makes firearms, they got some kind of jaded past, if that's your reasoning, okay? But I'm just saying, you're missing out. For $289, this is probably the best striker fired pistol you can buy. Okay, this thing's worth more than, this thing's trigger, and if you haven't fired one of these, held it, even dry fired the trigger in a gun store or something, you have nothing to say, because you don't have any experience with this thing. And I'm trying to tell you, listen, I bought this with my own money. My channel's not even monetized. Okay, so I make no money from any manufacturer. I pay for all my stuff out of my own pocket, okay? Why do you think I would bullshit you on this, okay? Don't you think I'd be pissed off if I spent like I am with Colt a lot of the time, that I spent my own money on this and I don't think it was worth what I spent? I'm trying to save you guys some money. I'm trying to let you know that this is an outstanding striker fired 9mm high capacity handgun. This is just, if you haven't shot one, if you get a chance, please go out and shoot one. You will be converted. You will be a fan. And I'm telling you, with what's going on with the political landscape and everything else right now, as I'm filming this video in January 2024, the prices are going to go up when stuff gets crazy. Get in now when you can get it. I've even seen these as low as $279. I paid $289 for it, and that's a deal. Now, I have seen other places where they're like $489 for it. Yes, it's worth it. It is worth 400 bucks in my opinion. But if you could get it for $289, get you one. I'm telling you, you don't have to believe me. You don't know me. I'm a random dude on the internet. But this is a win all day long. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.